As you know,
What do I know?
5 years ago on this very radio show, I called it. I said that both him and Tom Brady were cheaters. You could go listen to the tape. And because of that, and Belichick not getting in, this is what today's show is really going to be.
Let me hear
it. We are, as you know, splishing and splashing.
Oh, yeah.
I am ready.
You are out of line. Hey, I don't want to know that much about you.
I need baby oil.
Don't be sending us group pictures of how you get down on your Friday nights. We don't even
I
know
need
you
baby
like that.
oil.
Before
And
we get
maybe
started
cigarettes.
That, Rob G, you
saw
probably
the
closer
picture,
to my
right?
size.
Yes.
Anybody got some pants?
He spilled coffee on his
I
pants.
spilled a half a coffee on my pants 30 seconds before the show started, by the way.
All right, let's do this
My
real
gosh.
quick. Let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without him. Rob G is our producer.
Bud Mexican.
Alex is our engineer. Steve DeSager's at the anchor desk. He'll keep us
Steve.
updated throughout the program. And, of course,
Never heard of him.
Elijah
Who?
is our social.
Where's Elijah?
He's here.
Elijah, can you turn on the monitor thing?
Yeah, we can't see the
Yeah,
show.
we can't see the YouTubians,
Yes.
even though it's really just
There we
us
go.
looking at us. But
All right. So we are in full effect on this Trash Talking
Oh, yeah.
Tuesday, and we'll get to that in the second hour. But, Rob G, the news of the day, I'm ready to explode. I need baby oil and maybe cigarettes. What did I tell you? I told you.
Talk to him.
I told you.
Rob Parker.
And everybody poo-pooed me. Nesson, all those people up in Boston.
Nesson, you
Yeah,
call the specific
I'm
stations out. Stations.
Christian Fourier pushed back on
Yeah.
me. Oh, Chris Broussard pushed back on me.
Okay.
Everybody did, Rob G. They disrespected me 5 years ago.
What did you say 5 years ago? I wasn't here. What did you say?
I said, and we got the tape. Here we go.
Okay, let me hear
Proof of performance.
Let me hear it. Rewind.
More will come out, and you will have more disdain for this franchise. Do not embrace this. Do not embrace Bill Belichick. Do not embrace Tom Brady. Push away the New England Patriots. They are not worthy of praise. They have smudged the game of football. They have tarnished what could have been a great legacy. And if I had a Hall of Fame vote, which I do not have for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick would not get my vote. They've done more damage than they've accomplished in this NFL.
I thought you said that.
That's me.
That was not you. You lying?
I sound mad
Alex, play
young,
it.
right?
Alex, play that back.
That's fine.
More
Did you
will
mean
come out,
25 years
and
ago?
you will have
That was
more
5 years
disdain
ago.
for this
I
franchise.
sound different, right? Crazy.
What in the helium were you sucking on? That was not you.
That is me 5 years
Hey,
ago.
yo!
Nah,
Crazy.
that was not you. But
Rob-
continue. You had
Rob
some
G.
points.
Rob G, I just want you to bring up the pro football writers. I mean, I got to admit, it took some balls to do this, and I'm impressed by the pro football writers. I'm not a member of the Pro Football Writers Association, BBWA in baseball, but not in football, even though I've covered the sport since 1987. But I have mad
Tombstone.
respect for them to be able to say you shouldn't be rewarded for cheating.
Well, somebody
And remember
spearheaded
this.
this.
Wait, but remember, Robert Kraft isn't in.
Right.
Remember, he didn't
No,
get.
He's dying to get in,
He
too.
didn't get, and he's 85
Yeah.
years old, 83 years old,
And
whatever it
he's-
is.
He wants to get in. It's not he doesn't care. He wants to get in,
Exactly.
too.
And now Bill Belichick is not on in the first ballot. If I'm Tom Brady, my shorts are brown at home. Because now there's a real chance that they'll do the same thing to Tom Brady. And think about this. Brady got suspended by the league for the whole Deflategate.
Yeah.
Remember that? He got suspended for 4 games. Rob G.
I mean, you kind of gave it away there, Rob. But yes, Bill Belichick, what is 8-time Super Bowl champion coach,
So you're giving all the details.
did not NOT get voted in the first ballot for his first year for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, falling short of the 40 of the 50 votes he needed to get in on the first ballot. We got conflicting reports, though, coming out. We have ESPN on one, Sports Illustrated on another. ESPN reported that Bill Polian, former Colts exec, was one of the guys pounding the table saying, no, between Spygate, between Deflategate, We cannot reward that kind of behavior. He's going to have to wait at least 1 year before we vote in Bill Belichick for the Hall of Fame. SI has reported since then, in the last 30 minutes, that they've spoken to Polian directly. He says that's, quote, totally and categorically untrue. I voted for him. So I don't know who it was in that meeting room that said, no, we're not going to have it.
But there's a lot of votes. He didn't get 40 out of it.
Bill Belichick, NOT in the HOF.
And I think this is spot on. And I want to keep it on Belichick, but I believe that this should happen to Brady as well. Kelvin, you can't do it. You can't go Bonds and Clemens can't get in. They cheated. And then you're looking at Bill Belichick, and you're going to give him an excuse. He was suspended, fined by the league. Remember, the largest fine in the history of the NFL for a coach. And don't forget the last thing was 2019 when they got busted in Cincinnati. You remember? And people were like, well, they always beat the Bengals. Why would he be cheating? Remember, they had a new coach at that time, and he didn't have the signals. So he sent a camera crew to Cincinnati to get him, and they got busted. I believe this is right. Congrats to the football writers who did not reward this guy who's cheated. I don't think he should get in at all. Forget about first ballot, second ballot, third ballot. I don't believe he should get in because he did cheat.
Well, that's where I want to take this because, to me, if you look at it almost from a legal standpoint, what's the precedent they're setting? Are they setting that, hey, when you talk about somebody in the Hall of Fame, you go, if I say Barry Sanders, you say Hall of Fame running back. You don't say first ballot, second ballot, barely got in ballot. You just say Hall of Famer.
To me, either you're a Hall of Famer or you're not.
And that's where I'm going with this. So I'm wondering, is this just enough for them to say, well, we know you're going to get in, but dang it, you're not going in first ballot? Or are they trying to make a loud statement and say, you're not getting in?
But here's the thing.
That's what I find interesting in this because.
Only because Kraft didn't get in. I think that because you look at it and go, Kraft wasn't coaching. Kraft wasn't getting the signals. You can make a case for Kraft that he's just the owner of the team.
Right, but I think the part with that would be you're orchestrating this, right? Because the buck always has to stop with somebody, right? If you and I are acting crazy on the team,
so you're saying
what do we say?
You're going to take the owner out and then let Belichick get in?
No, that's what I'm saying. I wonder if this is a loud message saying, we know you're great. That's not deniable in the lexicon of conversation. But in the Hall of Fame, we're not going to vote you in. And I was talking to Rob G, same thing you mentioned. Barry Bonds, everybody knows he's great.
He's one of the
Everybody
greatest
knows
we've
Roger
ever
Clemens is
seen.
great. We know that.
Yes.
But based off principle, whether you agree or not, the voters aren't going to let you in. And with this, it was interesting. Now, the other side of this, to the trifecta, if you will, the three-headed monster, is Tom Brady. Because Tom Brady is in bed with the NFL, heavy. See, Bill Belichick, NFL kind of didn't want him. He got upset. I'm going to go coach college.
I'm going to push back just a little bit.
Yeah.
The writers have nothing to do with the league.
True. I agree. I agree.
So the writers are the ones who vote, and it's just like with baseball. Like, it's not baseball. Like, they don't control the voters as a Hall of Fame voter.
I just wonder if Tom Brady will get the if you were to look at it and you said, all right, if I had to vote for one of these, because obviously that run of 20-plus years, I has to be represented in NFL. If I have to pick for one, I'm going to at least vote for the guy who did it on the field.
But here's why.
And I do wonder if maybe he'll get it, but this is a loud indictment because Robert Kraft,
but you're tarnished. I'm telling you, what they've done to Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
You won 6 Super Bowls. You're not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Because if he's not, then who is?
Nobody is.
Exactly. If
that
he's not.
something.
And while I'm at it, your guy we talked about yesterday, Sean Payton, who's way more on he could be in a Hall of Fame list than Bill. Bill was a shoo-in, right? We all thought, okay, great. With Sean Payton, you wonder it's a Spygate. I mean, the Bounty Gate.
Right, Bounty Gate.
You wonder.
He got suspended for that.
Exactly. So I'm wondering, is this a loud precedent saying that if you've done something that gave you an unfair advantage and it was loud, not something where, you took advantage of some weird fluky little law or something, an illegal thing you could do in the game, but an outrageous thing that got you suspended, I'm wondering if this is going to be a loud message to guys like a Sean Payton, like obviously a Bill Belichick, to a Tom Brady who was also suspended.
Tom Brady was suspended. Belichick wasn't suspended. He was fined
$500,000.
Right?
So I'm wondering if you were fined for something like that, and in Bill Belichick's case, you got the Spygate where you're fined, but you got Deflategate under your watch. So these multiple fractions, it's not like you did one thing and we kind of get it, things happen.
See, Brady, I don't think would have been suspended had he just come clean and said that when they asked him at the press conference, you know what? I asked the ball boys to take the air out of it.
I
It's
didn't
on
know
me.
it was a thing.
It's on me.
I
It's
thought
on
that's
me.
just
Those
how I
guys,
liked it.
I asked the guys to do it, and they did it. Don't blame
Scrubbing
them.
the phone. It's
Exactly.
what they say. It's always the cover-up's always worse than the crime.
And what did he do? He destroyed his phone.
Yeah.
All this, wouldn't let them look at it. He had texted the ball boy over 100 times.
And that's the same guy he didn't know.
He said he didn't know him. I'm like, if you're texting somebody 100 times and you don't know him, and then his nickname was the Deflater. The Deflater.
So this is allowed to me scream that I think maybe the writers, when they look at it, they say, yeah, we know who you are. We all will mention you. And, Coach, if you're in a barbershop, who's the greatest guy? Oh, Bill Belichick. But for what we do, we find an offense to that.
Are you shocked that the
big
writers
shock.
did this, right? That
I'm
was
big
shocking.
shocked. Because
Baseball
I didn't think
writers we would
it's
expect.
a different
Am I
sport.
right?
Numbers, things matter a little bit more in baseball. And I thought football would be, at the end of the day, you got to win in between the lines, and you'd move. And not to mention, he has 6. If it were 1 and it was the year of something of Spygate,
Right.
you'd say, oh, that's the only reason why they won. We had 6, so you thought you'd go, hey, if 1 or 2 are tainted, still got 4. So I was blown away when that alert came on my phone. I was blown away, and I'm really thinking, man, is this because why now? Why not? Why would you then vote him next year?
Right. No.
What changed? Was he a cheater then?
I would never
and you were
change my
offended
vote,
by it.
but
then
I'm
he's
with
a
you.
cheater this year, and you should be offended by it.
Hey, Rob G, I saw you tweet something on there. Just your thoughts. Your reaction first, and then you had a point about the cheating part.
Yeah, so full disclosure, if I was a Hall of Fame voter, I would have voted
He
Bill
said
Belichick
that, yep.
in the first ballot. That's me. But I'm also not oblivious to the cheating. We've talked about it for, 7-8 years doing the show.
Yep.
You cannot tell the story of Bill Belichick and Tom Brady and Robert Kraft for a lesser extent without mentioning Spygate first and foremost and Deflategate. You cannot mention their legacies. It's going to show up in the obituary.
It's going to be there.
7-time Super Bowl champion, also linked to one of the biggest cheating scandals in NFL history.
Do we add to that Hernandez?
Possibly,
in the sense of you might have known something and knew was, and you still were like, hey, he's good.
And so again, I would have voted him in, but I'm also not going to be like, how dare you not vote him in and not be, forget everything that happened, in that early time of their career. And that's why I put this tweet out. You guys mentioned it earlier.
Right.
Is the same people who were up in arms saying, you absolutely cannot get Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame. You cannot get Alex Rodriguez. You cannot get Roger Clemens. They cheated. But then you mentioned Spygate and Deflategate. That's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
Cheating is cheating, and that's why you got to be consistent. All right, we're going to get plenty of time to get everybody in, okay? So we're going to take calls all the way through the bottom of the hour after Steve update and all that. So call in 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Real simple. Did you agree with Bill Belichick getting snubbed as a first ballot Hall of Famer? And do you think the same thing might happen to Tom Brady? Because I think that there's a real chance.
I think 2 of the
for
3
first ballot, at least for first ballot.
And that's what I think. To be clear, I'm with Rob G. I would have voted him in just off the body of what he did for so long. If it were 2 years, I know you wouldn't have. So that's why I was blown away to see him not make it. I thought it was almost a foregone conclusion. But I'm blown away at how serious they took this and what it screams the message for the other person, in this case, Tom Brady. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.